all you kings and queens of the royal family. Welcome back. This is our second podcast we're doing, and this time the whole crew is here. We have Victor with us.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
And then we have Felly with us as well.
Howdy.
And including myself, Dustin, and we're going to be talking about our experience with COVID, because people have been, popping up with cases and going through stuff, and luckily for us, we haven't been infected yet, but now we actually been through it ourselves. Like, what was it like to you guys? Like, how was, like, if we compared to what you've heard and what compared to what you experienced? Like, was it actually what you've been told about, like, what you heard about?
That shit sucks, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
I was dying, bro. Like, I was like, okay, well, I'm the reason why y'all got COVID in the first place. Let's be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. But yeah. So what had happened was I was just feeling like crap, man. Like in a major way. I think it was like a Thursday, and then
It was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday.
I remember.
Yeah. Okay, it was a Wednesday. So I was like feeling just like crap, and then my mom was even like, "You should probably go get checked." And I was just like, "Yeah." I was thinking about it, And so I went and got that rapid test and all that stuff. Sure enough, there it was, and I had COVID, and I was having the headaches, dude, the body aches. I'm sure they were asked for you guys because I was like, dude, I could not. I had like everything in me to get the hell up out of bed sometimes, man. It's crazy. And those body aches sucked. But it was just one day for me, like that really, really hit me like crucial. And then after that, I was pretty decent, I was saving the day.
For me, I mean, I already knew the seriousness of it. And I think when it first started, like, I was one of the people, like, I mean, I wasn't paranoid, but I was very cautious of it. And I remember when we all had to, like, start, I mean, obviously it's like the 1 year anniversary. I think yesterday was like, I saw like on my Snapchat, it was like 1 year ago, and it was when I was working at Target. And that's when everybody rushed Target and started getting all the toilet paper, and like it was a madhouse.
Yo, that was a crazy time.
That was crazy.
Dude.
That was a crazy time. I remember when it first started happening to us, because obviously we were hearing it like from overseas and everywhere in Asia, and we're like, oh man, like that sucks for them.
For them, right?
But then when it came to us, like it set in. It got really real.
Yeah.
When I'm there standing, because I was security, and like my boss telling me, okay, we have to start monitoring these people because we have no more. Like, toilet paper, we have no more this, we have no more that. And so that's when it got like super serious for me. And so I took it seriously in a way, but like I wasn't like super scared of myself getting it. My concern was giving it to the people that I care about, because obviously like Vic and I, we have a very sick grandmother, and so my first thought was obviously her, and then like my nephew has like an autoimmune deficiency kind of disorder thing, and so I was thinking about him. So my concern, my fear was giving it to somebody else. But I had known people, and I've met people, and I had a friend and very close relatives that got it, and they didn't get it super severe. They didn't have like the whole nine, the body aches, the fever,
right.
all that. Like for the most part, they got like, oh yeah, for one day I had a headache, and then I lost my taste and smell.
Some of them don't even have symptoms.
Yeah, and then some of them didn't even really have symptoms. And so like that's the cases that I was hearing from my close family members, my close friends. But then when I got it, I was like hoping that maybe I would get it just like them, not have that much symptoms. But I ended up getting the whole nine, and I ended up having the body aches and I almost had a fever, but I was monitoring it to make sure that I didn't get a fever. Luckily, I didn't get like 104 or whatever. But I still had a low grade fever, like, and all the pain that I have had in the past, like all my body aches, all the injuries that I got in the Marine Corps, it amplified for me. So all the pain that I had was times 3.
Dude, that makes a lot of sense.
And it sucked. Like, it really did. And I had no energy whatsoever to do anything. Like, it was a task for me. It was a mission for me just to come out into the kitchen.
Right.
And exhausted all of my energy just to make it to the kitchen and back. And I was like, wow, like, I really need to take a nap after I just walked to the kitchen. Like, that sucked.
The fact that we didn't even see each other for like a solid, almost a week or so.
We literally lived right next to each other, and I didn't see you guys. And I missed you guys. And I was like, I missed them. And I was like, but they're literally, Dustin's like, ass is probably right there on the wall next to me. I'm there sitting on my like desk, and he's probably there, but like I didn't have any energy to talk or to communicate or anything like that. It was bad. And yeah, so for me, it was bad, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But I do understand how people can not take it that seriously, because some people don't get it, and it just all depends on your body, just the way your body is. And unfortunately, the way it reacted to us, like, we ended up getting it the worst. So
D-boy,
Dustin,
bro, what was it? Yeah, your case about Jesus, man.
Yeah, mine was like basically it was all similar to what you guys have. It was except like I felt one night I was feeling really, really warm, but I didn't have a fever. It just felt really hot.
Yeah, right.
And then when I was like sitting up or trying to sit up or get up, it was like all of a sudden the room was starting spinning. Like I just felt like really fatigued. I just felt really weak. And my whole back and just like my upper torso, the face of it and the back, it just felt achy. It felt weak. It felt really sensitive. Like if you barely touch it, like it's not tickles. It just sensitive.
Sensitive,
like it's just like
Your skin, put your shirt on.
And yeah, exactly. And but I didn't develop a fever or anything. Obviously the coughs are there, and then eventually we did lose our taste and smell. And all of us have.
Dude.
That sucked because I know we had those muffins, and I was trying to smell it, trying to taste it. I was like, what the heck is going on? Like
muffins. Okay, so how did you find out that you didn't like you lost your smell, right? So you said the muffins. For me, it was my cologne. I tried to put it on, and I was like, yep, can't smell, But,
for me, I can't really remember. I think it was I was getting up in the morning trying to like shower and stuff.
Yeah.
And I realized that I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't smell my toothpaste. I couldn't smell my shampoo. Like I couldn't smell anything. And the day before I ate, and I think my sister had called me the day before, and she was like, "Oh, have you lost your taste and smell?" I was like, "No, I haven't. I'm good." And then literally the next day, that's when I lost it, and I was like, "What the hell?" And that sucked because like, once I lost, because you have 5 senses, me, my weird ass, I have 6, but like, you have 5 senses, and you lose 2 of them automatically. Just like in a day, you lose 2 of your senses that you've had your whole life, and it just threw me off like so much, and I couldn't eat. I didn't eat for like almost 3 days, and I was like, I need to eat something. And that's when it got scary for me, is because I wasn't eating. And that's when I was like, if I don't eat, I'm not gonna get better,
Dude, that's so true.
Yeah.
Like I forced myself to eat that night. I had to like freaking first off, DoorDash is a shit. I never even used DoorDash, you know what I mean? The first time ever though, I had to use it, and I got freaking Wingstop and freaking steaks.
That's what that's what it was.
I didn't even taste shit.
Yeah.
I was like, really? I was hurt. I was like,
That's what really set in for me.
Yeah.
Because I had lost my smell, and I couldn't smell anything on my shampoo. I was okay, but I didn't really know that my taste was gone until I did the same thing. Because like I finally had a window where I was actually hungry, and I was like, this is the only way I'm gonna eat is if I order something that I actually want. So then I ordered.
Yeah.
So I ordered the what's it called? I ordered Wingstop, and then I ended up getting the lemon pepper. Like that's my favorite.
Dude,
I took a bite, and as soon as I took a bite, I started like trying to like enjoy it, and it just tasted like bland chicken, and I was like, wait, like what is going on here? So I was like, what the hell? So I was like, I lost my taste. And then and then after that, 3 days like I wasn't eating, and it was just like, this sucks.
See, that's crazy.
I have to force myself.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. And it was weird because I can like obviously relate to that, where it's just like I was trying to eat my clam chowder soup, and I had salt, pepper, and I know how to do it. I mixed it up. I was like, cool, I'm ready to eat it. And I just like ate it. I was chewing it. And I was like, I know I put salt and pepper in this. Why can't I taste anything? I couldn't taste anything.
Dude.
From the soup, from the condiments of the salt and pepper, nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't even want my favorite things.
No, yeah, and that's where it is. Where Valley pointed out, where it's just like when the things that you're so used to, and it's gone. Like we kind of take this for granted in the smallest of ways.
Right.
And when you lose it, you never know how you could be so thankful to what you have. So that's the main thing right there.
100%. That was that's a big thing too. Like I said, the constant battles, like trying to get the hell out of bed every day. Like, dude, like the not eating stuff, that was crazy, dude. I didn't have any appetite until like dinner time came around. You know what I mean? Then I was like, oh shit, it's 10 o'clock. Maybe I should eat something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy, dude. Like, I couldn't believe that. The fact that I really couldn't taste and couldn't smell was just, it kind of threw me off balance. Like, everything. So it was just kind of interesting, you know. But like you were saying, to the fact that like you know you don't really know what you have till it's gone, you know, like the senses and all that stuff. So it was kind of crazy for me. Like I was like, damn. I try to like make sure it like didn't affect me, but it did in a way. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, I kind of lost out on my shit. But
I think it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dustin.
No. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I think it was like it wasn't just the physical that like was really messing with me. It was like also the mental.
Right, dude.
Like that's something else that people don't tell you, you know, about this whole quarantine and this COVID stuff.
100%.
Like is the whole mentality of it. And scientifically, like, yeah, people do need other people to function, you know, like we need that nurture 100%. And stuff. And I definitely felt that being secluded from you two, like not seeing you guys, even though we live in the same freaking building, you know, and
that takes
not seeing anyone. And I remember like one night, not one night, but one day I went outside on the balcony to actually get some sunshine because I wasn't going outside at all. I didn't have the energy. And I finally had energy to go outside and feel the sun. And I wanted to cry because it was so beautiful outside to see the people just being alive and just being able to enjoy being free outside. Like, dude. I had no idea how much I felt like trapped when we were during quarantine. Like I felt so trapped, and I was like, they have no idea. Like that person across the street that's on the green grass in the park enjoying the sun right now. Like they have no idea how lucky they are right now. Right. You know, like that's what I felt. I really did. And then my aunt came over one night, and she was vaccinated and everything. So she was like, and even then, like I was like, oh, just leave the stuff, because that was when I was like, you know what, I need to eat something. And my aunt like surprisingly hit me up, and I was like, oh, thank God somebody can bring me.
Big clutch mode,
bring me some food. And the only thing I could eat and actually stomach, and that would fill me up, was bananas. So that's when I had asked her, and I was like, can you get me, like, do you think you have bananas that you can give me? And then so she came and stopped by. And she like knocked on the door, and I just like cracked open the window. I was like, oh, just leave it right there. And she's like, no, let me in. And I was like, yeah, like what the hell? Like, no, like, like, no, we have COVID.
Yeah, we're literally over here suffering from COVID.
We're suffering here. Like, don't come in, you know? And then she's like, no, I'm vaccinated. I'm good. And I was like, Thea, like, you sure? And then she was like, yeah, like, I work at the hospital. Like, I work with this all the time. And I was like, okay. So she comes in, and being able to see another human being, that was the first time I seen Victor too. Like I hadn't seen him in like 3 days, and like I hadn't seen you guys in 3 days, and that's the first time I seen a human being. Yeah. And it was just so nice. I was so emotional, like, and I like ended up breaking down. My aunt like hugged me, and I don't like hugs. Like I'm a type of person that I don't like to be touched. That's just how I am.
You really are.
I'm a very personal space kind of person. Like, you know, like
stay
that
on my personal space.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The one Rick and Morty's like, one, stay on my personal space. Two, stay on my Rick and Morty. You know, that's how I am. And so like I don't like being touched. But I needed that hug.
You needed
like
that hug.
I needed it. Like I was starving for it. Like I needed it so bad. And then so when she hugged me, I was just like broke down. I was like, oh my God, you know,
dude,
like so it was that's something that also really affected me, was the mental part of it. But then also that's what helped me get better, was like, no, I need to get better. I need to figure out things to get better, because if my mind says that I'm sick, and I'm gonna feel and stay sick. But if my mind says that, yes, you're sick, but you can get better, then I'm going to get better. So,
dude,
like,
100%. That mentality is like everything. Yeah, dude. Dang, that's how it tore you up, huh? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really is, you know, and people, it's true, like, because we're all humans, and we require that, you know, that the compassion to each other, that connectivity, that, because we can only do, or, you know, say so much over a whole bunch of things over text or over phone and all that stuff. Video chat, yeah. But it's not the same when being there in person, because you can feel that person, and by feeling that person, it's just that aura sensing, that, you know, that connectivity between, you know, the two parties or more, like a bunch of friends you hang out with. You know, it's a different experience, different feeling than comparing to like just talking on the phone or video chat and stuff. You know, it really is.
No, I agree 100%.
And with me, it was indifferent, because like I'm a conflicting sort of being where it's like literally I discovered, I guess I'm an omnivore, which is I have extrovert like tendencies and everything, or like I show that, but also I am an introvert where I really don't mind being alone.
Yeah,
so it was just like
hermit crab,
it was indifferent for me, you know. It was just like not to say I didn't miss you guys, but it was just like I was just content on being alone.
Right.
Because because sadly I was already used to that before moving into this new apartment. I was lived with my mom, my sister, my uncle, and that it was like that. You know, before we used to have like a family time where we got food, just another dinner, and then we sat at literally a dinner table and just played like cards. We played 21 or played Uno. We played just a game.
Involvement.
We had like a family game thing going. You know, just sitting and talking though, but. Knowing my family, it's nothing much of a gathering without someone starting an argument. Like that's the thing. Like,
we all have that like family, like you know what I mean, bullshit that's happening.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and then from that, it just degraded to where all of us just get our food and just go into our separate rooms.
Yeah, and that right there alone is rough, you know.
Yeah. So it just evolved to that. So I was like already used of just like getting something and just staying in my room. You know, that was the type of influence that kind of grew on me, you know. And it's sad to hear and probably to say, sure, but it's just like I still go out, you know. I still, you know, like the other day we went to a barbecue and stuff, you know. It was,
dude, yeah, man, that was good to be out like that, and like just all three of us kind of be able to like be in one area was nice, you know what I mean? Like we didn't really have that. Like the other night, dude, like when we were just all like playing pool and just chilling out, like like we haven't had one of those nights in a long time.
We haven't done that in a long time.
We used to do that all the time when we first got here, but now, you know, we've been so busy with our own stuff. I mean, we don't have time.
That's the thing, dude. Like, you know, we're all living here together for sure. We're all gonna go through our own thing individually. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, that stuff is interesting. We all like have that family bullshit that's been going on forever, you know, and all this crazy stuff. So it's interesting. And then like how I was brought up, it was more of like we were always close. Like, you know, obviously, you know, Phil and I, like, you know what I mean? Like we've always been close to all my family, you know. So it's always just been that involvement, always been that thing, you know, or just been like that. But as far as being alone, like, yeah, I can be alone, but it doesn't mean that it gets lonely. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't get lonely.
That's
you know,
me too.
Because it does. You know, it does get lonely, and like sometimes you are there, and you're just like, well, geez, you know, it would be nice to, you know what I mean? Like, but it is what it is. You know, life goes on. We continue. We keep pressing, like regardless of what it is.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
And it's like the other, like that day too, it's like I almost freaking died at the barbecue. Philly was witnessing that too, where I was eating my second like hot dog, the hot links, and I was scarfing because I was really hungry. I was scarfing it. It tastes really good. And all of a sudden, my chest started to tighten really hard. I was having another heartburn attack. Remember that last time, like we hear and stuff, and I was like, I basically almost threw up. Yeah, basically, dude, you almost died. Yeah, like I legit almost died. Like I couldn't breathe.
That's why you chew. You don't inhale. You know what I mean?
Like, but the thing is, I did. I just chewed and inhaled faster. Dude. But no, like for all this that we experienced, and I also want to hear it from you guys too, you know, like let us know like if any of this is relative to what you experienced, if anything, like if there was something different, you know, that probably what we said that probably to you, or maybe something happened to you more differently from us. You know, we want to know what's going on out there in the world, and hopefully all of you are safe, you know, that's what we care about.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else you want to say to anybody else before we wrap this thing up?
Nothing. Just stay golden. 1 Judy Garland equals a Francis F. Logan.
The rainbow theorem.
Over the rainbow theory.
Let's go.
And have a good night, everyone. Yeah. In the name of Judy, Rainbow Wong.
Rainbow Wong. So guys, we'll close it there. You guys have a beautiful night. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Heck yeah.
And I love you all. Stay safe. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks for doing it.